Till a few months ago, I was just like you. That is, until I went to see Barbara Niqueve's production, This Is Your Life, in the Dunamace Arts Centre in Portlaoise. A playful and painful retelling of Maura Laverty's remarkable life. I laughed, I cried, but most importantly, I learned how to make the best damn Spanish tortilla omelet you'll ever eat.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was your life. And here is your host, Mr. This Was Your Life himself, Rip Riley, R.I.P.
Yvonne and I wanted to find an interesting theatrical way to present Maura Laverty's life, the bits that people knew about and the secrets they didn't know about. So we spirited her back 50 years after her death to appear on a glossy contemporary reality show called This Was Your Life.
It was absolutely fantastic. It was funny, it was tragic, it was a brilliant, brilliant play altogether.
It was terrific. Great fun, very spontaneous.
How do you like your eggs in the morning?
I like mine with a kiss.
Initially, she's delighted to be able to talk about her life and all her achievements as a broadcaster, as a radio and TV personality, and as a writer and a cookery expert. She's even persuaded to cook one of her favourite dishes live on stage. But gradually, the presenter gets her to reveal some of her darker secrets and the price she paid for her success.
What I really enjoyed was the setting and the originality of the way in which the whole thing was delivered.
It was spellbinding. I thought it was riveting. I couldn't take my eyes off the stage. They really, really brought Maura Laverty to life, thoroughly. You know, I had no idea that she had such a rich life.
If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do, how'd you do, how'd you do?
When I was a child in the 1960s and 1970s, practically every house in every parish in Ireland had a copy of Full and Plenty, as we did too. And when I went to the play, I discovered all sorts of other aspects to Maura's life that I had no idea about until then.
Maura Laverty didn't just write cookery books. She had her own radio programme on RTÉ for over 30 years. She wrote several novels that were banned. She wrote 3 plays for the Gate Theatre. And she wrote Ireland's first TV soap opera. But I discovered, as well as her great achievements, there was a lot of sadness in her life.
You never stopped typing. If it was a good night for your writing, that carriage return would ding away like a busy bell. But if it was a bad night, we'd hear the screech of the paper being ripped from the machine and scrunched up, and you shouting as you threw it against the wall.
I loved the show. It brought Maura to life in all her perfections, imperfections, and her humanness, not just as a cook, but as a writer and a mammy.
Maura was witty, she was glamorous, and she was so well portrayed in this play. Couldn't get over it, and knowing Maura Laverty, it was very truthful.
I found it very emotional to sit and listen to people talking about my aunt and my granny. So that part of it I found very raw, and especially the end.
I hope it gets to other theatres before it finishes.
Bring it around the country where, you know, a lot of country people will remember.
Oh yes,
probably more so than Dublin people, I think.
I really hope that the many gigs that were cancelled due to this COVID-19 can eventually go ahead. And I'll be one of the first to come back because I want to absorb even more of the story of Maura Laverty's tumultuous life.